Hi there, I'm Lottie from Metal Temple magazine. I have Brittany Sloth from Unleash the Archers over Skype. So Brittany, how are you doing today?
I'm great, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. So of course you have your new album for release soon. Time Stand Still, is it called? If I remember rightly?
Yes. Yep.
Time Stand Still. Considering it's getting close to the release date now, have there been any reactions from press outlets?
Yeah, so far we've had a couple of reviews come out, and a lot of people that I've worked with in the past got the album for review, so I've received a few personal messages as well, and so far it all seems to be pretty positive. So yeah, we're really excited about when it gets out to the rest of the world, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah, I've had a listen, and yes, it's powerful doesn't cover it. That is an understatement. Powerful is. I'll admit I am a relatively new listener to Unleash the Archers. It's, in your own words, how different would you say it is to your previous records? Because I definitely noticed a bit more oomph and a bit more power in this one.
Yeah, it's quite different actually. And I mean, in our second release was quite different from our first release as well. So we are the kind of band that never makes the same record twice. But it's actually quite a big change in most part because we got a new guitar player that was doing most of the writing. For the first two albums, we had Braden on guitar, doing taking on a lot of the rhythm parts and the writing behind everything. And so on this record, we had a new guitar player, Andrew, and he and Grant wrote a lot of it together, and some songs were separate. But so it did change the sound quite a bit. We also were much more confident in the studio on this one, myself especially. So I kind of struggled with that a little bit on the first two records, and really just was kind of like throwing it to the wind on this one. And I think it shows through better. My one issue that I always had with myself was my performance in the studio, because when you're live, you get so much energy, and it's easy to just sort of to go for it. But in the studio, there's so much pressure, and so I think that's another big difference. But definitely we are gearing towards a more cohesive, traditional heavy metal sound. I think that had a lot to do with it as well.
Yes. You say this is a brand new. So this new guitarist helped write all your material for this one. Sort of, how did it sort of feel letting somebody who's just joined the band write your material who you hadn't, or if you had relations with before, or not mean on a personal level, or?
Yeah, no, he was the guitar player from Grant's old band that Grant played with before he joined us.
Okay.
And actually, Unleash the Archers, in our early years, we played with Grant and Andrew's band quite a bit, and we toured with them, and we were very, very close with those guys from the very beginning. So when Grant left that band, we sort of tiptoed lightly over there and asked if he wanted to join us, because they were such close friends.
Of course.
We didn't want to, kind of break any bridges. And then when that band completely disbanded, and Braden decided to leave, we asked Andrew if he'd like to join us as well. So it was kind of like, just old friends coming together, and it was really very easy, actually. I mean, it's different style for sure. There's a lot of times Andrew had complete tracks already in his mind, ready to go, and we in Unleash the Archers are very democratic about the whole writing process, and if we all don't love the part, it usually doesn't stay. So there were some points where Andrew was really attached to a certain riff or something, and we were like, well, it doesn't really fit, or it's not really our sound, and he would have to let it go. But I think we're definitely, beyond all that, and we're all aiming for the same goal. So yeah, it was actually really quite easy and very exciting too, because change brings rejuvenation. So it was, it was a great process.
Absolutely. I was just wondering, because you didn't leave a complete stranger you didn't know to write your material. That would have been very brave.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Considering if you don't know what they aim to do.
Exactly, yeah.
So, you released an album teaser onto YouTube.
Yeah.
Just wondering how the fans have taken to. Have you had much feedback from the fans from this album teaser? Are they looking forward to the full version?
Yeah, no, it's been pretty good reaction so far. We got, as soon as we posted it up there, we got a couple more pre-orders, so I think that's
really
a pretty sure sign that people are excited about it.
Yes.
Oftentimes people will wait, till they can hear the whole thing before they'll go ahead and buy, but it's a boost in confidence for sure, knowing that people are just hearing those little snippets and finding that they are confident in ordering the whole record. So yeah, It's been pretty good so far, and I purposely chose pretty small clips because I didn't want to give them all away. So I had a few complaints that people were like, "Oh, come on, you can't." Yeah, there's a little bit more than that, but you'll have to wait till.
Yeah, keep them waiting, keep them on the edge of the seat. I like it. So you wouldn't, because I was going to sort of touch upon, because more bands are starting to stream the full album, or record labels are starting to stream a full album. Would you ever consider doing that with Unleash the Archers?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm all down with giving the music away with people having the ability to listen to it anywhere on any website, all Bandcamp and YouTube and all that sort of stuff, and just having full access to the record. But the label has to make money somehow, so
sure.
I don't think that that's going to happen with this record.
No, that's no problem. No, that's understandable, really. Because I'll go back to the social media and everything later. Do you have a personal favourite song on the album?
I love Test Your Metal. It's like the kind of upbeat, fun, simple, easy to get right away kind of track.
That's a pretty good one.
I guess you could call it like the party track or something.
The party track.
But I don't know. Personally, I think I really like Time Stands Still, the title track, which is also the last track on the album.
Sure.
It was written just sort of off the cuff in the jam spot with all of us there together, kind of figuring out how we want the song to make the fans feel, and the kind of the emotions we wanted it to stir up in people. And it was really very much a conglomerate effort from all of us. So that's one of my favorites as well, I think. Yeah.
Fantastic. And you've released a video to promote the album, Tonight We Ride. Would it have been the single you would have personally chosen, or was it that the record label's choice?
It was actually, what's funny about it is that it was one of the first songs that we wrote for the record. And we had a demo of it, and we were hooked up with Nathan, the director, back in 2013, and he said that he would be willing to do a music video for us, but that he had limited time, and so it was kind of like, okay, well, let's do it. And we did it to the demo version of the song. And then and so we lost Braden in all that, so he was in the music video though. It was pretty funny, and we were like, oh, but we love it so much we can't not release it. So but I think, I don't know, it's a really fun, fast track, and I think it's sort of in your face, and here we are. I think it was it was a good choice, even though we didn't really have a choice at the time. But no, I think it worked out well, and the video was so much fun to do, and even though Braden's in it, we're happy that he's in it because he dedicated a lot of his life to this band.
Yeah.
And he really deserved to get that FaceTime.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And this, is it the director, Nathan, because I'm a bit of a film geek, video geek kind of thing. I'm interested had he done anything else before? Like...
Yeah, he's done a lot actually. If you go to his Wikipedia page, for I think it's Nathan Karma Cox is what it's under.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a bio or anything. It's basically just Nathan is a director for music videos, like a music video director, and then it lists this huge
side of it. Sort of being a band, you guys were sort of being in a band, sort of brought into it kind of naturally when it's at the peak of like Twitter and Facebook. So do you think you probably adapted to the social media change, well, not better than, but maybe a bit more than maybe if it was a band who were performing in a few... Sorry, I'm trying to make sense of the question myself.
That's okay, no problem. Take your time.
No worries. Well, social media like Facebook, Twitter is a recent thing. Mm-hmm. I was also because I was wondering if because a band who's been around for years, because you guys were sort of born into it in a way. Yeah,
it's well, I mean, it's really funny to think about even when we first started back in it was 2008 really when we started, and MySpace was the big place to go for music.
Right, yeah.
And so we focused mainly on that, and then all these other outlets came around, and of course every time a new one would come up, we would get our stuff on there because you never know who's going to be listening to what.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've sort of really embraced social media from the very beginning because more than anything, I mean, you gotta treat the band like a business, and PR and
absolutely,
promo and advertising and everything is the best way to get your name out there. So we've always really
embraced
kind of adopted social media as much as we could, and I can totally understand how maybe an older band wouldn't understand the importance of it, and maybe not even want to just deal with it because it is quite time consuming sometimes.
Oh yeah, it is.
But I mean, it's worth it, and it's especially Facebook. It's such a great way to keep in touch with the fans, and to just hear how they're feeling and what they are looking for. And sometimes you're having a really crappy day, and you get an awesome message on Facebook from someone that says, your music inspires me to get out of bed every day. So.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's nice. And then sometimes you have, total assholes on YouTube ripping you apart. You just have to ignore those ones.
You've got to do it. Well, that's it, because one of the things I have, like you said, the interactivity between the bands and the fans of social media, that's what I ask. How do you, we call them trolls, how would you deal with the internet trolls when they do send messages going, deliberately tending to upset you as a band?
I don't even read that stuff. Sometimes the boys will find a comment or something that is particularly horrible, and they'll tell me about it. But I don't really care.
No.
If you don't like what I do, it doesn't matter to me. It's the people that like us and that encourage us and come to our shows and keep us going. That their opinions matter. Someone that's just a negative little troll sitting in their mom's basement or whatever, they don't matter, so I don't listen to any of that stuff.
That's good, yeah. No, there was sort of Dr. Seuss quote somewhere, it says, those who mind don't matter, those who matter don't mind.
Exactly,
absolutely. It is the truth. No, just don't have time for negativity.
Exactly.
It just brings you down.
Oh yeah, you could drown in it. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you even just listen to one, or But, I mean, you hear about it all the time with actors and such. They won't read the reviews of their movies or their plays or whatever because it's just one person's opinion. It doesn't really matter. And what matters most is, in the end, really, is how I feel, and if I'm happy with what I'm doing and what's going on. And I've got this little mantra that I say to myself sometimes, before, if I'm nervous before a particular show, like we're playing a big crowd or something.
Yeah.
I always just say, what they think doesn't matter, pretty much. I just say that to myself, because when you care too much, when you get all caught up in other people's opinions, you put a barrier up, and you can't be yourself up there. So I always just kind of try to shrug it off and do what I do.
That's a really good way of putting it. I like that. Mm-hmm. I really like that. No. Just wanted to ask you as well, like, who your personal musical influences, because I caught a hint of, like, Huntress in your sound.
I just started listening to Huntress. I had never really gotten into them before, because it was kind of more that stoner metal sound for the first record.
Yeah.
But they came and played Vancouver, and Jill just blew me away. Like, vocally. I was like, whoa. And I felt like she was kind of like me in that aspect on that first record, where it did not reflect her power or her talent at all. She just, like, ripped faces apart at that show. So I was like, whoa, that's incredible. She's very talented. So I just grabbed Starbound Beast a few months ago, and at first I kind of was like, oh, okay, it's not bad, and then I gave it a few more listens, and I let it go around, and definitely it's a killer record, and she's a killer vocalist. But yeah, most of my influences are sort of older, more traditional heavy metal vocalists, like Bruce Dickinson and Rob Halford and Jeff Tate. I also really like Matt Barlow from Iced Earth, and I can't remember his name right now, from Halloween. And I've been listening to a lot of Camelot lately. Roy Khan is
he is a very
just got this amazing voice that's so, you can listen to it. I mean, I just put the discography on repeat, and I don't even realize it's in the background. And it's pretty more of actually the older artists are where I'm there's Daniel Hyman from Lost Horizon as well. It's like the epitome of vocal technique. He's just freaking, and it's so upsetting that they're not around anymore, and they only put out 2 records, and it's like, oh god, what I would give to be able to see a reunion show.
So a lot of powerful voices. You definitely can hear that in your voice as well. A lot of power. Yeah,
I don't know. I just try and listen and see, hear what they do and try and emulate it in my own style, in my own way.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Just sort of maybe one more question to round up for the evening. So actually, speaking of Jill from Huntress, did actually speak to her a few, back in January now, when she supported, and one of the things I asked her was, how do you feel about the term female-fronted metal? Was just wondering what your opinion was on that term. Call on hold. Hello?
Hello? Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
I think it's my internet connection. I don't know what's going on there.
Sorry. No, you were saying that you spoke to Jill in January?
Yeah, that's right. I think I asked her about female-fronted metal and how she genuinely felt about it. I was just wondering to ask you the same thing.
Well, it's definitely a lot more prominent these days, which is good. I also think that sometimes maybe it might be, I don't know how to explain it. It's like people think it's special, and it is, but it shouldn't be. Like, we're just out there doing the same thing that all the guys are doing. We love heavy metal and we love to sing. So there's a lot of this sort of, I don't know if it's putting it up on a pedestal kind of thing, or like treating us differently. It's like, oh wow, you're a woman in metal, and that's great. I'm not doing this so that you can like pull me out for my sex. You know, I'm doing this because I love heavy metal.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's I don't know. It's good. It's great. And when I first started out, there wasn't really that much out there. There was Nightwish and Arch Enemy, and The Agonist was really big in Canada at the time. So it's great to see it with so much growth and so much being embraced by so many more people now, and to see not just the symphonic opera kind of vocal being what you think of when you hear female fronted. It's really good that people are learning that it's not
just that.
Exactly. But there's still a lot of obstacles and barriers that we need to break through, I think, in that respect, because a lot of people do still have that sort of stigma, I think, about female-fronted metal.
No,
like,
exactly.
As soon as they hear that, they're just kind of like, ew, no, I don't want to listen to that. But you have to understand that, like, some of the best screamers I know are female.
Yeah, no.
So if you like death metal or you like black metal, don't be afraid when you hear that the front person is female, because
exactly.
they can kick some ass too. So but I think we're definitely coming along.
Definitely, I think it's also good to see like they're branching out into other genres of metal other than, like you say, symphonic metal or melodic death. There is like more power, and I did actually see a black metal band fronted by a female screamer, and she was brilliant. Yeah,
I mean, there's this band. I can't think of their name right now. Oh, that's really buggy. They're from Russia. Oh,
okay.
Starts with an A.
Starts with an A.
They're like sort of like a folk black metal.
Okay.
And they've got a female singer.
Good start.
And she is like amazing, and she's just got killer vocals, and you can't even really tell that it's a girl singing.
Fantastic.
She's just so wicked.
Yeah.
And she's like fully decked out on all these furs and everything. And I just thought that was awesome, because I was like, it doesn't even matter if it's a guy or a girl. It's just wicked metal. Yeah.
As long as
you either like it or you don't.
Exactly. As long as they sound good, I don't really mind. The band I wanted to sort of tell you about is they're called Black Shoals, I think they're called.
Oh, okay.
They're from England.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you, Brittany. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm sorry about the technical problems over Skype tonight.
No, it's all good. No, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem at all, and good luck with the record.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye.
Have a good night.
You too. Have a good morning. Have a good day. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
And that went well.